Coming up in the next countdown LBL. Coming up next video. Title, next video. Description. Skip to this video now. Transcript for singer wrabel on the inspiration behind his music. In an afternoon the pilgrim we aerial I don't from the couch today. We're joined by special guest Stephen wrabel. There's X not a caption here as an account. I think man I mean they're making her look at the situation in the events Burnett have like a couch conversation. And have a fat. Now the government the European. Now is a first where you. I was one of my island. I moved, I think before I was even there a year reality and moved up like 15 times is something. I grew up in Houston and knowing California and that event LA Fair. 10 years. Your source. And how do you end up in that world like I have no idea. Anyone knows how to end up in world evidence. I don't know. I went to Berkeley County Music for a semester which is like a fancy dancing is at school it is fancied in Smith. Those things and a different semester. And I was kind of like Tanaka at school. Class is now something that I really into it I think out of 9 and my rather than down now I and moved out with him and Mike lived on his bedroom floor for a couple of years and I don't know I wrote with whoever it write with me and I've played shows like the weirdest places like no one. And kind of through test constant. Minute and you want to lascivious. The idea wanted to be an artist stan and the ID been writing songs since I was in my high school like ants. Really that's on. Which stuff happen all the time. This I think it is how about him I had it was like anything I can do that's remotely that'll do it whenever. What is that process like and Annie I can imagine this man does wakes up one day. And they're like instantly curry in writing songs speculate that's something you become better at over time you. They think I hope. I do I feel definitely more confident now than it did 10 years ago. But for me it's still. Sometimes I think and maybe trust that like. Weird mystical magical amuse little to match. Because for me on. Like if it's there if not then I'm like hi guys let's go eat a cheeseburger has not happening today it's very like. Their mess just says it strikes where he get your ideas. My 8th. A lot of I mean like I've on my life based completely on emotion. Which is really wonderful have a greater things. So, in I rate true stories rate. I've been through 2 men and like written myself out of relationships bombs in them before and I color not hit hints I think he's out. I remember playing it through a homeboy and a mine and how do you respond? Is it pretty song as they did it is the course is a cumulative nugget back and play. And at halfway there it's my electrician me this week. What am I doing this he doesn't break now I don't there's as the years ago I don't know I mean. He and a break enemies and how can now? Mean he was feeling the stock I think. That's funny so is it can part of it you're so that there are battling that's a very vulnerable thing to do it right all the things that you feel. Before you even popular Mayfield he had. I remember like last year there. We put out my first single was called 11 Box and it does about actually that same guy who broke my heart moved 11 blocks away from me literally and it'll look at for the artwork Andrea actual map it's on my arm. His apartment and I remember the night it came out as a New York and it hit midnight and it went up on iTunes and the Spotify and all the places and I called him and his like. Any and sweating. As. Polls now but I'm nerve says and I feel sick just to have something. It's a weird writing a song about a real person who like. In that case I wanted to call and MB and I pays and you know I don't what's what had do mean like how are you with these you get that job you want you know whatever the questions are. But I didn't and instead I wrote the song and lecturer a map to his apartment at night. Put it on the internet whole world to see say Gates can feel a little. Like good like just kind of like naked in public at Willamette. Very much negative public all the things all of the pains. This transcript has been automatically generated and may not be 100% accurate.